My name is Sofia. I am 35 years old, and until recently I believed my life was already written like a book with no space for surprises. I had a good husband once. His name was David. We were married for 8 years. He was kind, responsible, and always did what was right. But sometimes even good people can grow apart. David and I stopped laughing together. We stopped talking about dreams. Our home turned silent. One day he came to me and said, "Sofia, I think we both know we're not happy anymore." And he was right. We ended things peacefully, like two friends saying goodbye at the train station. It hurt, but we knew it was time. After the divorce, I focused on my work. I'm a marketing consultant. I spent my days with clients, meetings, and numbers. The nights were harder, empty, long, and cold. I told myself I was fine. I was strong. I didn't need love anymore. Then I met Leo. He was a photographer, young, full of energy, and always smiling. We met at a friend's birthday party. I noticed him taking pictures of everyone, trying to catch the perfect moment. When he turned the camera on me, I laughed and said, "Please, I'm too old for that." He smiled and replied, "No one is too old to be beautiful." That one sentence stayed with me. Later that evening, we talked. His eyes were full of curiosity. He asked about my work, my hobbies, my favorite books. I was surprised at how easy it was to talk to him. He listened not just with his ears, but with his whole heart. For the first time in years, I felt seen. When I found out he was only 28, 7 years younger than me, I felt nervous. I told myself, "He's too young. He won't understand your world. This is just a passing moment." But it wasn't. Leo started calling me. We'd meet for coffee, and I found myself laughing again. He brought joy into my life, like a fresh breeze in a room that had been closed for too long. One afternoon, he brought me flowers. "Not for a reason," he said, "just because I wanted to see you smile." That night, I sat on my bed and cried. Not because I was sad, but because I was confused. Could love really come in a form I didn't expect? Could age really matter if the heart didn't care? When Leo confessed his feelings, I didn't know what to say. "I like you, Sofia," he said gently. "You are not just beautiful. You are wise, kind, strong. I don't care about age. I care about you." I hesitated. "Leo, I've been through life. You're just starting yours. What if one day you regret this?" He took my hand. "Then let me regret loving you, not never trying." And so I took a chance. We started spending more time together. He showed me his world, full of colors, art, passion. And I showed him mine, full of experience, patience, and quiet understanding. But the world outside wasn't so kind. Some people whispered. Some laughed. A few even said it to my face. "He's too young for you." My own friends didn't understand. "Why don't you find someone your age?" they asked. "This won't last." But Leo stood by me. "You don't have to explain yourself to anyone," he told me. "Love doesn't come with rules." Still, deep inside, I had doubts. Was I being selfish? Was I dreaming something that would end in pain? One evening, I told him, "Leo, maybe we should stop before it's too late." He looked into my eyes. Too late for what? To feel alive? To be loved honestly. He held me like I was the most precious thing in the world. And in that moment, I realized I had already fallen for him. And in that moment, I realized I had already fallen for him. Weeks turned into months. My days began with messages from Leo and ended with phone calls full of laughter. We were in love, real love. The kind that doesn't care about numbers, timelines, or expectations. Still, I carried a quiet fear. One night, as we walked through a park filled with golden lights, I asked him, "Leo, don't you ever feel judged? Don't you want someone who fits the idea of your future better?" He paused, then said, "Sofia, when I look at you, I don't see an age. I see the woman who makes my heart beat faster. You are my present, and I choose you every day." But not everyone shared his view. My family was confused. My younger sister whispered, "It just doesn't look right, Sofia. He's almost my age." My mother avoided the subject altogether. Even at work, I noticed changes. Some colleagues gave polite smiles that felt forced. A few gossiped when they thought I couldn't hear. Suddenly, I felt like I was doing something wrong just for following my heart. Sad but relieved face one evening, I broke down in front of Leo. "Maybe this isn't fair to you," I cried. "You deserve someone who won't make life complicated." He knelt beside me, looked up with those steady eyes, and said, "Life is already complicated. You make it beautiful." That moment stayed in my heart like a quiet promise. A few days later, Leo took me to meet his parents. I was nervous. His mother looked elegant, young and sharp-eyed. She studied me, then smiled softly. "I can see it," she said. "He's happier. I haven't seen that sparkle in years." His father wasn't as warm. "Sofia," he said. "Are you serious about him? This isn't just a phase." I nodded. I didn't plan for this, but yes, I love your son. Truly. It took time, but they began to see what we saw, that our connection wasn't forced. It was honest. As the seasons changed, so did we. Leo and I traveled together. Small weekend trips, photography projects, even quiet countryside retreats. Every moment felt like a gift. We learned to ignore the world's noise. We created a space of our own. Sometimes we argued. Sometimes we misunderstood each other. But we always returned to the same truth. We didn't want to be without each other. One rainy evening, Leo came home early. He held a small box in his hand, eyes shining. "I don't have a perfect plan," he said. "No fancy speech, but I know what I want forever with you." I opened the box. Inside was a simple ring with a tiny stone. My heart pounded. "Sofia," he said, "will you marry me?" Tears filled my eyes. I whispered, "Yes." And we both cried, tears not of sadness, but of two souls who found each other despite the odds. Our wedding was small, just close friends and family. Some didn't come. Some still didn't agree. But those who loved us stood by us with full hearts. I walked down the aisle in a soft white dress, not worried about age or judgment anymore. Leo looked at me like I was the only one in the world. When we said our vows, we promised not just love, but courage to stand by each other when the world couldn't understand. Today, as I write this, I sit beside Leo on our little balcony watching the sunset. I'm 36 now. He's 29. People still stare sometimes, but we smile, because what we have is rare and real. Love doesn't ask permission. It arrives unexpected. Sometimes in a younger man's smile. Sometimes in a woman's broken heart learning to beat again. And when it's true, you'll know, because it won't let you go. I hope you enjoyed this story. Have you ever experienced? Share your stories with us in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories and adventures. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the